Show. Step off.
Come on, won't you say it loud? Ayo, we gon' turn this out. Tom Clark's main event. Drop kick now and powerbomb. Ayo, bro, let's bring this on. Hey, hey, why this up? Oh, captain, my captain, show the stuff. Power slammer, suplex 2. Hot garbage is just for you. Beat breaker, cut a cold red. Figure 4, hot times ahead. Since 2014, it's on. It's a 10 count, but stand up strong. Hey kid, no DQ, strong style. Chop, this is how it goes. Tom Clark's main event. Tom Clark's main event. Tom Clark's main event. Tom Clark's main event.
Hey, what's up, kids? Welcome back to the program. My voice cracked. Did you hear that? Guess what's better than your voice cracking? Or guess what the voice cracking is better than? Being muted. Look, we had some sins last week here on the show. We had some faux pas here. We may have stumbled just a bit. But when you're alive, there's no such thing as a mistake, and I'm going to stick to it. Lie without a net, okay? The audio version may have a net attached. If I'm being honest, it may have a net attached because I will edit that sucker as I need to. By the way, happy Friday, kids, one and all. Hope you guys are doing great. How's your week been? How's everything going for you? Welcome to the show. This here is what we like to call Tom Clark's main event, hence the logo, hence the music, hence this guy on your screen. I'm Tom. What's up? Been going strong since 2014, celebrated 10 years officially last year, and we're still going strong now. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Before we start saying hellos for the day and bringing our guests on, do me a favor. You know what to do. Smash the like button for me. If you guys could do that, it'd be greatly appreciated. And also, please share this on your feed. That would be awesome as well. And again, hope you guys are having a great week, man. It's been an interesting week for me. It's been challenging, but it's been good. I don't have a whole lot of complaints. If I did, nobody would care anyway. Well, maybe you guys would. I don't know. I have a monster beard. This is what we men like to call a monster beard. This thing is out of control. When I get up at night, it creeps off my face and goes and hurts people. It's like the symbiote in the Spider-Man. It's the Venom costume. If you get that deep cut, good on you. So, yeah, man, I just got to get took care of. I haven't been up there in ages. I would tell you that I'm busy. I am. But I would tell you that I'm lazy. Well, I'm lazy as well. I just got to get it done. It would be great if I had someone in the family that could do these things. I mean, anyone could do that, but it's just a matter of would it look good. I'm rambling now. Speaking of rambling, me and my guests today were rambling a bit before we went live, complaining about a thing or two that I won't, get into on the air because it's not that kind of show. Trust me when I tell you, some of you be okay with it. Some of you probably not so much, if I'm being real, but it's okay. Well, it's not okay, but it's going to be okay. Let's put it that way. It's perfectly fine. No worries. We've got pro wrestling to talk about here today. We've got AEW Grand Slam Australia to cover today. And plus, we'll dive into a little bit of news and notes before we wrap up here today in this hour. But again, thank you for joining us. Please smash the like button, kids, if you will. And we're going to talk in a bit about how you can review this show. Because everyone beginning today, big announcement time, everyone beginning today, everybody that you leave a review, you get not one cookie, you get 2 cookies. Now, look, I know I'm being generous. I know it's a big thing. Look, 2 cookies, nothing to sneeze at, okay? When I was growing up, we would have killed for 2 cookies. We got a half a cookie, and we liked it. We made the best of it. I'm not going anywhere with this. I'm just going to see how long I can keep milking this cookie story. Before we start saying hello to the crowd, let's first welcome our guest. You know him from Peaches Powerbombs Tailgate Party. He was on with us, I think, the past 2 weeks. This might be 3 weeks in a row for you, Ray. Let's add him to the stage. Ray all day. How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up? Man, I'm just cleaning off the crumbs from the cookies. I'm sorry. They were delicious.
Man, I'm telling you. See there? I like when people can play along. I appreciate that.
Delicious. And let me tell you, I was in the back again with One Leg Lisa. Man, what a fantastic dancer. Oh, my God.
I feel like Lisa's name was something different last week. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I think it was, but she's incredible.
Well, you know what?
The backflips, the one-leg moonsault. I'm like, wow, this girl can move. She's great.
I'm an equal opportunity employer. I don't care what anybody says out there. They're trying to change stuff.
You're making a difference, brother. Let me tell you. Good
Just
to see
doing
you
what
again.
I can. I got a good heart. This is 3 weeks in a row for you on my
3
show,
weeks,
isn't it?
Dude, wow.
You're getting into Jay Luff territory. There was a stretch of time last year when Jay popped up and he's like, I was like, hey, are you doing anything Friday? He's like, no, what do you want me to do? I'm not going to do his voice. I'll embarrass myself. But he's like, you want me to come on? I was like, yeah, if you can. So he came on. And then I swear we did like the next 2-3 weeks in a row because he just kept having nothing to do on a Friday. So, yeah, man.
I'm here. I'm ready to go,
Awesome.
I'm enjoying my 12-cent eggs, so I'm happy.
Hey, man. Hey, look, we were at 19. We're down to 12.
Down to 12.
I'm pretty happy about that.
So omelets for everybody.
Almost for everybody. I made myself an omelet the other day. It was quite good. I didn't have any bread for toast. Omelets are not the same without toast.
There's not.
Right. I don't know what, I guess it depends on part of the country. And down south, we have to kind of have bread with everything. Not everything, right?
Yeah.
But it's important, man.
Kind of like, I don't know, it gives the omelet just, I don't know, a little extra something to it. You need
Sure.
the toast. 100%.
You know what's funny is that even though I was like born on the homemade cooking and stuff, North Carolina, you can imagine, I'm not a snob when it comes to it, dude. I can go to a restaurant and try something I've never had before, and I don't turn my nose up at anything. There's very few things. I don't care for shit I don't care for oysters and mussels and clams. It's not really for me. There's a few other things maybe here and there. For the most part, I got an open mind, open palate. Like, I'm willing to try anything, dude. If a meal I see on the menu it's not the way I like it, I'm not going to ask them to do 3 things to make it the way I want. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean?
You improvise. I gotcha.
Yeah,
Would you eat
dude.
salmon, shrimp?
I love salmon and shrimp.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my favorites. I cut your arm for a piece of delicious salmon. Let's go.
Love it. I want some. I haven't had sushi in a while. I freaking love sushi.
Telling you, come to New York. Sushi's on me.
Oh, well, you know what? I'll take you up on that.
Got you.
Guten Tag, Sandy in Germany. Good to see you. Robbie's here, everybody. JP in the house. Let's see. Sandy, we were just talking about my son's beard before we went live today. Isn't that funny? He shaved it all off yesterday, kids, by the way. Don't ask. Tim, hope you're doing good, man. JP says, am I going for the Wyatt family beard? I'm going to show up at the lantern next, right? Look at that, man. People comment on the beard, man. I'm telling you. So Tim also says, my boy Ray Dean, Kobe Bryant is still the king. There you go.
Yes.
There's Marie. I invited her on the show, but no worries. She's getting over a cold. Yeah, I get you. I understand how you feel. It's been a while since I've been sick. Boy, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll come back to haunt me. Sandy says German bread is amazing. Never been to Germany. I had a buddy that went to Germany a couple of different times and loved it. Had the best time.
I'm going to throw Sandy under the bus. I was in Berlin 2 years ago, and he didn't want to hang out.
Oh,
Yeah,
what were you
I
over
know.
there for? Just a vacation?
And my wife was running the marathon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
She's a beast.
Y'all are hardcore runners, man.
Hardcore runners. Yeah, I just ran the New York City Marathon. So I'm taking a break.
Did you win?
No, believe it or not, I didn't. I tried.
Who was it has a bit on the New York City Marathon? It's like, we didn't win. I don't care if you ran or who was it that had that bit? I can't remember. Anyway.
There was a really good movie with Adam Sandler where his son, he had a son, illegitimate son, and at the end, the kid had a bet who's going to win a marathon. It was this really heavy set guy. I can't think of the name of the movie, but it's
Is it the one with? He's got a grown son. It's
Adam Sandberg, Andy Sandberg.
Andy Sandberg. Oh, love him. Brooklyn Nine-Nine was one of my favorite shows of all time.
Fantastic show.
Oh, love that show.
Oh.
Yeah, we talked about doing a podcast on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, except there's 153 episodes.
That's a little hard.
That's a beast, man. Blackjack Brienne Milligan's here. Good to see you. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you for sharing and liking. You guys are awesome. If you have not done it, please like and share. Robbie says we have sushi down south. We call it bait. Bite your tongue. You call it bait. I love sushi.
Sushi's delicious. What's wrong with him?
You kidding me? All right, Ray, we previewed the show last week. It seemed only fitting we come back on this week in some configuration of last week's guests and review the show. We only have 5 matches to talk about, but let's start at the top here. Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega defeated the Dawn Callis family of Kyle Fletcher and Konosuke Takeshita with Mark Davis. Tag team match. This was 23.5 minutes. First off, before we jump into that, what did you think about the Grand Slam card as a whole?
I thought it was actually very good. Yeah, I think it wasn't the best card I've ever seen, but it was done well. They've had the matches in the right spots, in my opinion.
I think you're right.
I think they had the matches in the right spots.
I think you're right. And I was very impressed that they came up against the clock and cut out right. I mean, the minute that the title change happened in the main event, got up in the corner, hey, thanks fans, we gotta go. Boom, they're gone.
Boom, right on the button. Yeah, they timed it to the second. Yeah,
that was impressive. So Ospreay and Omega, don't know how long this is going to last. I think it'll last longer than Cope and Jay will. We saw no turns on this card, which we kind of thought at least Jay, but I think maybe it's too early for Jay to do anything, but we'll see. But Omega and Ospreay are proving that I was going to call them AEW superpowers, their version of the mega powers. I don't know. Don't know if that's appropriate or not, but what do you think? What do you think about this match?
I loved it. I think it was a good match. I think it's going to be very hard to turn one of them because I think they're both so over. Like, I really think it's going to be really hard to turn Will.
Yeah.
Kenny may not be as hard, but they're still just over so hard. It's easier for Jay White to turn because he's a natural heel. And everybody's anticipating it. I'm counting the days. Like, okay, is it going to be now? Is it going to be now? I thought maybe Wednesday was going to do it. Like, I just feel like any minute he's going to snap. So.
Yeah, and honestly, we said this last week, I think. I don't know that we would need either Ospreay or Omega to go heel. I don't think it's necessary. I think that both guys are just so over as faces. I don't think it's necessary or needed to turn either guy. I don't think it's... But let's keep them tagging together. I don't think we need them to face each other. And we also thought, Ray, we were getting Omega versus Okada, and now it's Omega versus Takeshita. I don't know what happened to the... Yeah. Unless they're putting off Omega Okada as long as they can. I don't know.
I don't know if they're putting that off, but then who are you going to have Okada feud with? Like, now you have nobody in the mix for that. Like, it would have made more sense for Kenny to, you know what I mean? I guess, I don't know. They want him with that international title again, unless he loses because Okada interferes. I don't know.
Yeah,
but we'll see. But
I love Okada. I'm sorry.
I love Okada.
I love. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody gets upset that he's not the same. I'm like, stop it. Okada was in the strong style way of life in New Japan, going through the grind. This guy's married. I think he's got a new baby. I think. Look, let this guy. Look, I bet his body has probably never felt better. I'm sure he's probably got everything feels good. Like, let him make some money, man. I don't know. I'm not one of those guys like, he should be back in it. Why? He did everything in Japan. What's he supposed to go back for? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Let him rest. Let him enjoy his money. He's
and
funny.
I would like to see him get into some more substantial feuds in AEW. I don't think we've seen that really at all with him.
No, definitely not.
That's a shame. Everybody welcome John Matthews. John, how in the world are you? John, are you still working? I think you are. John is a local guy here in the Carolinas and really good hand, as we'd say. But I work with John, I say work with in the same company a couple, 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. John, a great guy to be around. Was in the ring with my kids, showing them how to take a bump or two. So that's peeling back the curtain for you. Yeah, nice guy. John, it's good to see you, man. By the way, JP calling out My Boy. That's that movie.
Yes. There you go.
Not a great film. Look, Sandler's stuff, in my opinion, is hit or miss.
Yeah.
I mean...
But the ending was hysterical. The movie, but the ending was hysterical.
Let's see. He's here, wants people to acknowledge the king. I don't know what king you're talking about. This is Tom Clark's main event.
Yeah, what king are you talking about?
I'm saying. Let's see. James Ellsworth is better than Adam Cole. Oh, my God.
Oh, Can we just delete him off the show?
He's picking a fight. He's a king mixer.
Yeah.
I tried the Hard Day's Night quote to somebody the other day, and I was like, I said, I'm a king mixer. All right, and they didn't get that reference. I had to explain it to them. So, yeah, I enjoyed this match, man. You just can't go wrong with these four guys, Ray. I mean, any of the combination of any of these four, singles or flip-flop or whatever, is a heck of a match, dude.
Kyle is a beast. Kyle is completely... I can't even see him as a tag guy anymore. Like, he's made himself a great singles guy.
Yeah.
Got jacked up because he did that reverse Samson thing and cut his hair, and he's a beast, dude. Kyle Fletcher, he should win Most Improved of the Year.
I don't know how he doesn't. I mean...
yeah. How doesn't he not win that award? Like, insane how good he got.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I'll be honest with you. I've thought about doing awards for the podcast here. I don't know if anybody would care but me, to be honest with you. Just have something to promote.
That would be a good award, yeah. Like, who Most Improved, Best Female of the Year.
Yeah.
You should, yeah. I'm there for it. Let me know.
Best bearded podcast guy's named Tom with a show named after him. I'd win that one, maybe.
Best co-host with no hair. There you go.
My only co-host with no hair.
Exactly. There
I'm
you
just
go.
saying.
There you go.
Yeah.
Easy to win a contest when there's no competition.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Takeshita, by the way, are you still following New Japan?
Oh, come on now. The best $9 I spend every month.
Man, so as recently, like all of his work in Japan usually ends with him shaking the other guy's hand.
Yes.
The Takeshita we get in Japan, I believe, don't quote me, just my thoughts, maybe kind of has to be a different Takeshita than what we get over here. Like, over here, he's the TV Takeshita who's a bad guy. And over there, it's about showing respect.
Yeah.
And I don't know this for a fact, but I would say maybe over there, he's still the DDT guy who now has an NJPW championship. So maybe I'll shake your hand and show respect, do a little bow. That's just me spitballing. Don't know if any of that's true, but that's what I kind of assume.
Yeah. Because every match he does, at the end, he shakes hands. It's
Pretty much.
He's very respectful. So I think
Yeah.
it's more of the tradition of the company. And I guess it's still in his blood. It's still part of who he is, I think. And AEW's got to be the AEW guy. And he's got to be a little like heelish and a little more devious. Here, when he fights in New Japan, he's a different guy. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. And honestly, when the time comes for him to leave Dawn, it's going to be huge. And I don't know when that's happening. Because I'd leave him alone as long as they could because I think he's doing fine. But when the time comes, holy Lord, that's going to be fun. I like to see Takeshita square up against Mox.
Oh, I would love that.
That would be fun.
That would be incredible because he can go.
Yeah, I agree. Let's move on to Mercedes Moné retaining the AEW TBS Championship against Harley Cameron. I'm not going to taint your opinion, so I'm going to let you have a crack first. What did you think about this one?
I thought Mercedes could work with a broom. I think Mercedes is a really, really strong worker. Cameron has improved tremendously. I don't think she's still, at that upper echelon, but she's gotten way better than she used to be. She's definitely over with the crowd. She's funny with the puppet. I think that puppet's hysterical. Please don't get rid of that puppet.
I love the puppet.
I love the puppet. Love the puppet.
Stick
with the puppet. And let her build up her winnings again. But I think she lost the best way she could have lost. She didn't just get squashed, which I was praying that wasn't going to happen. So she actually made it close. She had a couple of near falls, so she made her look good, which is good. At the end of the day, I thought there was a shot she could have won, but then Mercedes is Mercedes. She's turning into Mercedes Reigns. So I don't know if she's going to lose that belt, dude. Unless, like my buddy James said, unless Athena comes in there.
I think Jay's right. I think it will be Athena. So here's my take on this. I thought Harley's inexperience was pretty obvious.
100%.
I don't think there was anything offensive that she did. And I don't think there was anything that it didn't make me go, ooh, nothing like cringe, but you could tell who the pro was. And to your point, Mercedes can work anybody, but in the moments when you're setting up a move when you're hitting the ropes, when you're picking me up. I can't really do much to help you there. You have to at least look as though you're comfortable. And there were moments when I kind of felt like, don't know if it's nerves, don't know. And I don't want to overthink it because I love freaking Harley, man. But I kind of, as I said, I knew who I know who the veteran is in this match for sure.
100%.
But no, I'm with you. I think Cameron's the right person won, put it that way. And I think Cameron's come a long way. And I love that in this company, you can get a title shot and it doesn't have to be, well, this person got to the company 4 years ago and they're getting their first title shot. What? Like, I don't think that's necessary. I mean, would it have been nice to have a little bit more of a build up? Sure. But look, no disrespect to Tony Khan and company kids, but if you're watching AEW expecting these month-long build-ups, you'll get them with a couple of angles like Joe and who am I thinking? Joe and maybe Christian and Hangman and Swerve. You'll get it to some degree, but for a lot of these other bookings, Ray, they're hot shot bookings. It is what it is, and you kind of expect that.
100%. Maybe like Don Callis and Omega. That's like that feud's lasting longer than I thought it would.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, a lot of this very hot shot. I just don't hope they just take Cameron completely out of the picture and like just have her fall into oblivion. Like let her have a couple of matches with some other prominent women. I would love to see AEW form a women's tag team division, but I guess they don't have enough women. I don't know, but that would be something nice to have, like tag belts. Just saying.
And man, I can feel Chris Patton rolling his eyes at you as we speak, as you say that. I could hear him rolling his eyes going, oh, more titles. I'd like to see them have a women's tag belt. I would. I don't know why not. Like,
why not?
I don't think we're diluting the belt pool with that because it's the women's titles, not men's. Like,
yeah.
And
there's
I'd
only
like
two
to
belts
see
in the women's division. So
yeah, I'd like to see a women's stable, and I think Harley could be the voice of it.
Let's go.
I mean, it would be silly and stupid and goofy, but
the puppeteers.
Yeah, dude, I think if she couldn't work, I would say maybe she's a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
Which nothing wrong with being a one-trick pony, by the way. I'm not trying to be negative, but she's just so entertaining, and she's learning. She's getting better in the ring, and I just freaking love her.
I love her. I think she's safe though. I don't think she's dangerous. I don't think she's gonna hurt you.
No, not at all. And from what I have seen before, up close and personal, from my experience, you either are so awkward, your timing's off because you're not in the right place, you're going too fast or too late, or you're overly aggressive and you're not taking your time and you're moving too fast. Because I've called matches before where I could hear in the ring the veteran telling the kid he's working in his ear, slow down. Because we would always tell our young guys, slow down and listen. Tonight you're working so-and-so. He's really good. Just listen. I mean, that's for any guy or gal learning the ropes, listen. Slow down and just listen and you'll be fine. And most of the time they're fine because that's how you learn.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, where do you think Mercedes goes from here?
That's a great question. She's got to, keep this train going. I just don't know. She has a feud with this woman from New Japan who I'm not familiar with at all.
Momo, what's her name?
Yeah, Momo something. I'm not familiar with her, so I don't want to say anything about her. I don't know her. I don't know if she works, but I know she's getting into it with her. I don't know if it's like a one-off with her, but there's got to be someone else that builds a feud with her. This new girl that came in that just beat Statlander. What's her name? Dane or something?
Morgan Bane.
Bane. But she's a heel. I mean, alleged heel. So I don't know where you go. Like, they have too many heels in the women's division. It's like Willow, Chris, and Cameron. I can't think of any other quote unquote faces there in that division. On Thunder.
And on the Morgan Bane route, I'm glad you brought it up. Like, Maybe it's Stardom. Megan, I'm sorry, JP, Megan Bain. Maybe it's Stardom she came from. Yeah.
Yeah.
When she comes out with the bravado and the doing this and the big honking thing, it looks like a crown, and it's fine. But I'm almost like, has she earned that in that company yet? Like, to come out and they reference her, well, she came from this company and she's a big deal over there. And I'm thinking, it's great, but that's not this company. Like, it almost feels like you're going to let her beat Stat. Like,
Yeah.
wow, I don't know. Maybe that's
And
just
clean.
me. Yeah.
And clean. That's what we both see the same page. That she beat her clean.
I don't know. I maybe the word earn, maybe that word doesn't matter anymore, Ray. I don't know.
I don't know.
But
And
it
she
kind of
comes
feels
across like what's her Monet's bodyguard, the same kind of persona.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, why'd you get rid of the bodyguard if you're just gonna replace it with someone that's just like her?
Yeah, Camille. Yeah,
Camille, yeah, they wore the same kind of outfit. No,
not the big headdress and everything.
Okay.
She reminds me of Queen Aminata. It's almost similar to that gimmick. Like, again, not trying to throw shade. Bane looks to be like she's a very good worker. She can work. It's not a question
oh
of any of
yeah,
that.
she could work.
It's just a matter of, I don't know, to me, has this not the person, has the character earned the right to come in and to, I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking it. I tend to overthink stuff.
I was shocked. I really think she was gonna beat her clean. I thought if she was going to win, it was gonna be like foot on the ropes, hit her
Yeah.
with an object,
Yeah.
something to keep Chris still, high. But
Yeah.
have her just pin her. What am I watching? That was crazy.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming either. Let's do one match before I run a little something for the kids to look at here. Let's talk about Okada and Buddy Matthews for the AEW Continental Championship.
Okay.
Man,
Match of the night.
Match of the night for sure. You were going to say year. Is it a candidate for you? Or is it too early?
A little too early, but it's definitely up for debate. Fantastic match. Oh my gosh.
So good.
And he
so
worked
good.
it hurt.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Did he sprain his ankle like midway through?
Yeah, and he blamed the ring, which by the way he was not being serious. Supposedly, everybody that had a problem with the ring. Look, here's what I'll say, Ray. People have wanted that company to fail from day one, and it's every time they have a mishap, it's an opportunity for those people to say, "Well, I told you." I remember speaking about the Beatles earlier, like a quote that Ringo had about Magical Mystery Tour. He's like, "Well, that was the first chance they had to say, well, we told you." They meaning the critics that
exactly.
We tried to tell you, these guys, So it's kind of the same thing here. I just wish people would be honest. When people rip on this company and say they want it to close, just be honest with me and tell me you've wanted this from day one. Don't work me. I'm not an idiot. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the ring. What do you care about the ring? Why does it matter to you so much? Like,
yeah.
Oh,
just say you're a
crazy.
WWF lifer and you don't see anything past that. You got the horse blinders on. You're a WWE guy. I get it. Some people like that.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I don't care. It's fine with me. I still have friends that will not watch anything else. I don't get it, but it's not my call. We've got enough people in my country at the moment telling everybody else what to do. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not doing that. I'm just, people want to like just one company. That's perfectly fine. But like, I don't know look, just be honest, guys. If you, well, the ring, Tom, blah, blah, stop. Just be honest and say you never wanted this company to succeed.
Yeah.
And by the way, look, I was a part of shows where the first company I was involved with, we had a spring in the middle of the ring.
Uh-huh.
The big old fashioned spring. There was always that joke about, oh, this ring. They did, some of them. We had a big honking spring in the middle of that went underneath the center of the ring. And that spring was so old. How old was it? That spring was so old, it would lock up.
Oh,
And
wow.
you knew it locked up because when a guy took a body slam, you heard thunk. And we're at ringside going, oh, you could just hear. And I'm like, the spring's locked again. So we'd have to get like 2 wrestlers, a ref, and myself jumping up and down the center of the ring to get that spring to unhook.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Dude, one smaller ring at an Australia event is not going to ruin my viewing experience. I promise you.
It's not 100%.
God, it was such a great show.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, dude. I've got other stories, but that's a good one.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But fantastic match. There was a lot of great spots, a lot of good flow. Those two looked like they'd worked together for months. The continuity, the flow of that match was insane. There was a couple of times I was like, wow, is the Australian's going to get the win? Is this the one? I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense. But he made an excellent showing of himself. He lost, but he looked great. So that was a fantastic match.
Wasn't there one near fall that was like 2.95?
Literally.
Like that close? Wow, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Okada watches that clock, man. There's some guys that I've heard through the years would make referees very nervous because at the very split second getting that shoulder, and the refs is always like, God, my anxiety's going through the roof because I don't think you're going to kick out. So, yeah. But let me ask you this about Okada's booking. We talked a little bit about it earlier. Is it a big deal, you think, that they don't really book him in feuds? They just do one shot, like one and done? Because that's all they've really done with Okada in AEW.
They don't, yeah. I would like to really see him in a feud. There's got to be someone there that could say, hey, I'm better than you. I could take you. I don't know. But he's doing these one-offs. Like, I don't know who he's going to feud with next. Like, but yeah, build a feud with him. He's got to get into it with somebody. I'm open to suggestions, but he's too good to have these like hot shot one-off title matches. You know what I mean?
Well,
this isn't, this is the Rainmaker. Come on, show a little something for him. Give him a little love. Like he deserves to have. Like Takeshi's having a tournament to see who's going to fight him.
Yeah,
and Okada can't. Like I'm confused.
And whoever's going to fight him is going to get that one title shot and never get another one as long as he's got the belt, right?
As long as he got it, one and done.
I'm just saying. I mean, on one hand, Ray, I will admit that if you book him in a feud, then he's got to get pinned somewhere, probably in a tag match.
Yes.
He's got to end up on his back. And I think they've done a pretty good job, Ray, of protecting Okada since he got there.
100%.
So
you never see him taking a fall yet. He's not.
I don't think he's got pinned in that company, has he?
No, he hasn't. He's got pinned in a tag match, 6-man tag. No, I'm not seeing him get pinned.
So Danielson pinned him over here before he signed with AEW.
Yeah, that doesn't
right?
count. Yeah, Daniel pins him in,
Let's see. This moment of typing brought to you by Tom Carson Main Event. Tell me that site isn't closed up. Well, look, I don't know what the answer is. It felt like they were waiting until they could book Okada against Omega, and now it looks like maybe that's not happening. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with him.
Against Omega.
And Orange back. I mean, finally back this past Wednesday night. Like I've missed Orange being on TV, man. Honestly. I know you don't. I know you're not a big fan of his, but
sorry, I just can't.
Well, we'll get you around. We'll get you around eventually.
Your son can mow him through a wall. I'm sorry. No, he
can't. Stop.
Yes, he could.
Look, can I be honest with you, dude? Orange is more bulked up than Adam Cole is. I'm sorry. If we're talking about physical appearance,
yes, you think he looks bigger than Adam Cole?
I think he's got more muscle tone than Cole does, and not that Cole doesn't have any. I'm just saying. My opinion. Yeah.
Okay, I respect it. You're entitled to be wrong. It's okay.
I like that. I like that a lot. Fernando says the people complaining about the size of the ring are plain stupid. JP says ever since the Young Bucks left AEW, Okada's had nothing but the one-offs, like they don't know what to do with them. I agree with that.
100%, Jeff.
Somewhere Faye was in the chat. Faye, how are you doing? Good to see you. Sorry I didn't say hello to you. Sugar Shane, where are you? Okada needs to work Adam Cole. Adam Cole needs the work. Oh.
He would take the belt. Oh, that was rough, Shane. I thought we were friends.
I'm telling you. Fernando says when Goldberg got to WWE, he was celebrated for what he did in WCW. it wasn't earned at WWE. Why should it be different with Mercedes? I'm not talking about Mercedes. I was talking about Megan Bain. I wasn't talking about Mercedes. Talking about not earning it. I was talking about Bain not having earned it. The way she came in, the way she carries herself, and the commentators are going, ooh. And I'm like, do you want the fans to act that way? Because you haven't really shown us. Like, Mercedes is different, Fernando. I agree with you. Yeah, I wasn't talking about her. So let's see here. Back to the question of Okada.
Has not taken a fall in AEW. I
Let's
want to see if I'm right.
When did he get to the company last year?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah. Looks like his last match in New Japan was February 24th, and his first regular match in AEW was March 7th. He did lose in a six-man tag on April 20th
He didn't
when he
get
teamed
pinned.
with a team with the Young Bucks, but he probably didn't take the pin.
There you go.
Swerve beat him July 17th on Dynamite. We forgot that, didn't we?
Oh.
By DQ. He won. Swerve won by DQ.
Okay.
But he didn't pin him.
Didn't pin him.
Yeah, it's looking like now Danielson did beat him. Let's see. Danielson defeated Okada. Continental title only at stake for the first 20 minutes. And AEW World Championship at stake for the last part of the match. Yeah, dude, they've really protected him. And they should. He's the Rainmaker.
Yeah, he's the Rainmaker, dude. Come on.
Shane says, I'd like to see Okada versus Pac. I thought they worked one-on-one last year. Did they not? Am I crazy?
Yeah, didn't they already fight?
Maybe I'm thinking of Pac and somebody else. I can't remember. Maybe I am. Oh, they did. AEW Dynasty, April 21st last year.
Okay. And Pac went down.
Oh, yeah, he did. Okada pinned him. Yeah.
100%.
Championship match. And to my recollection, it was a great freaking match, too.
Fantastic. Pac is a fantastic worker.
He's so good, dude. He's so good.
Beast.
Me and Jay and Joe always talk about he just kind of walks around all day in his gear dripping wet. Just with those crazy eyes, you know what I mean?
Crazy eyes. You look at you just got out of the shower. Every time you look
all the
at
time.
him.
All the time. Always got his gear on. It's like, do you ever take that gear off? Yeah.
Do you want a pair of jeans?
Yeah. Kids, before we hit the last two matches on this card, do me a favor. Watch this.
Boink Studios is the home of Tom Clark's Main Event, Tom Clark's 6M podcast, and Two Nations Under Ted, a Ted Lasso podcast. Visit the site today for links to every podcast platform, social media, special announcements, and a lot more. Check out the site and bookmark today. BoinkStudios.com.
Boom. BoinkStudios.com, kids. BOINK, BoinkStudios.com. Please go check us out. Everything's updated. Yeah, everything's updated. Like I don't have enough to do in a week, but it's okay. I updates it. So it's all good. Let's talk about the last two matches on this card, and then we'll open up the floor.
We'll need to do a 6M one day, brother.
Yeah. We said, have I... So you and I and Phil did Luke Cage.
Yes.
Is that all you've done?
That's the only one I've done. Oh, and we did the Denzel movie.
Training Day.
Training Day.
Training Day?
Yeah, we did Training Day.
That's right.
And Luke Cage.
Yep.
So I'm ready. You want to do a Rocky series? Let's go.
I know. Hey, I'm up for it. We keep talking about it. Yeah. And I got to find someone that's into Indiana Jones. I can't find anybody that is into Indiana Jones. I've been trying.
I wish I could be that guy. No, I'm not that guy.
Man, love Indiana Jones. Not the last two. We act like the last two never happened. But, yeah, the first three absolutely happened. Some people would rather Temple of Doom never happened, but that's neither here nor there. Two matches left to talk about. The Death Riders, John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli with Marina Shafir, defeated Jay White and the wrestler formerly known as Adam Copeland, who now goes by Cope. The Brisbane Brawl. Before you start, I don't know. You tell me if you disagree. It's fine if you do. I don't know what was accomplished by choking out Copeland to where they had to call the match when this is the guy challenging for the title. And I guess maybe they think, well, if we play it that way, fans won't think he has a chance, but maybe they'll think he has a chance and they'll get the paper. It feels like a lot of overthinking. I'm of the belief that you have the guy, the contender, looking strong going into the title match. Tell me if I'm off base here.
I'm not saying this because you're the captain, my captain. I couldn't agree with you more. Why are you making the hot challenger look so weak? I don't get it. To choke him out clean, stop the match, and he's in your mind thinking he's going to be their champion? How? Like, Mox didn't hit him with a weapon, didn't have 5 guys jumping. He choked him out clean. Like, I don't get it. Like, it's really weird. I was shocked. If there was a betting on how the match was going to end, that would have been my last bet. I don't know. Like,
I mean,
how do you have any faith he's going to win now?
You could have pinned Jay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
or had the two of them bump heads or something, and then one of them got pinned while they were arguing.
Yeah, you could have done anything. Like
anything. It was clean. A clean choke out. I was like, wow.
On the veteran. Like, I mean, Mox is a veteran too. I'm just saying it's I don't know, man. I just don't know how I feel about that. Sandy, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. Leonora Winifred, don't think you've ever watched the show. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you watching. I don't get that, Ray. I
don't get it.
By the way, do you think that Cope takes the belt from Mox at Revolution?
No, I don't. I don't know. I really don't. I was thinking he really had a shot, and that's when I thought Switchblade would turn on him. Now I think Switchblade may not turn, and maybe he just be the next challenger. Like, it's so weird. That ending was so weird. Like, I just never in a million years would have said, wait a minute. You're hot, flaming hot babyface Cope is going to get choked out in the middle of the ring, but now he's going to be the champion. Like, Mox looks so strong now. He looks unbeatable.
He's looked unbeatable for quite a long time. Like,
yeah, like he looks in great shape too.
He does.
Yeah, he looks great.
I tell you, they keep slow dancing this thing with his wife. And there's going to be somebody, I'm telling you, that's going to bump Renee or do this in her face. And you know, who was it that was saying, by the way, it was your husband that did this. I'm like, this is why you don't have Renee on backstage interviews, or at least not with people associated with her husband.
Yeah.
Because they don't necessarily have to keep them separate, but like I don't know, Ray, for me at some point, it's like, you got all these people that do interviews. I don't know. To me, it's odd. What'd you think about the lockers backstage? They set up these lockers and said, stand in front of these lockers and do these interviews, man.
That's like, what are we doing? But I agree with you with his wife. Like, I feel like she shouldn't be doing the backstage interviews with people that are feuding with her husband. It looks weird.
To me, it looks
it's going to happen. And they can make, this is your husband's fault. Or, hey, you tell your husband this. So it's like, it gets too close to the vest. I feel like they should, like, kind of like leave her separate from those things. Maybe have another person interview him. You have that other girl that does the backstage interviews. I can't think of her name.
I can't think of her name.
She's pretty good too.
Yeah, she is. I just, at some point, some of these folks need personalities, and that's not a dig on them. What I mean by that is, you're not really giving us enough. Like, here's so and so, take it away. All right, but they won't see her for another 2 weeks, and then it's like, all right, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
The other company, for as much weird, wacky stuff as they do, Lexi. Yeah. Well, no, I don't think you're not. Are you talking about Lexi there? Are you talking? Isn't there a brunette that's doing it now too, or am I getting my?
There's a brunette that does interviews on Collision, and she sometimes does them on Dynamite. I can't think of her name. Long brown hair, tall. She's pretty good. I can't think of her name, but she does them.
Isn't there one that is dating MJF, and she's Alicia Atout? Isn't that her name?
Yeah, she's still there.
Maybe.
I haven't seen her, but I know what you're talking about. This is the girl. She's tall, blondish hair.
Oh, that's not the one I'm thinking of. I don't know. Tim says the crowd singing Adam theme song in the beginning. I will often give examples of how I know that I'm still a fan. When this music stopped and that crowd kept singing Cope's song and he looks around, I know it's going to sound weird. I had goosebumps. I got a little emotional watching him get emotional. I'm not messing with you. That's how I know I'm still a fan. When I see a moment, if the day comes I see a moment like that and I don't care, I'm probably done. But like, I felt that because he felt that.
Yeah,
Because
he did.
I know what I said about him a couple weeks ago. I love this guy. It's nothing personal. And you could tell he still loves to be there and he loves what he's doing. And again, something as simple as the crowd singing your song unprompted, not rehearsed. That was awesome.
It was beautiful. And
Yeah.
I'm a Cope fan. I don't like
I am too.
that dumb name. I love him. Great worker. I mean, he does his thing in the ring. He looks fantastic. Great shape. So I'm not against him. Yeah. But just like, look stronger, dude. Don't get choked out.
You just need to cope. That's your problem.
Yeah, I can't cope with Cope.
Just cope. Tim says they are. Did they get married already? How did I not know this?
Tim knows his stuff.
Lexi is dating Big Bill. That tracks. I think I heard that.
Oh, that's the one that does Collision. She's dating Big Bill? Okay. She's good. She's very good.
Yeah, she was the one that Athena was running with. Her and Billy Starks. Good old Billy Starks.
Ugh.
So it's fine.
It's
It's nothing against her. I'm so over that storyline. That's me.
Yeah, I'm really done with that storyline.
It's just me. All right, let's talk about the main event.
Oh,
She's on the thumbnail for this podcast too. Timeless Tony Storm. Luther didn't do nothing wrong, and she defeated Mariah May to recapture the AEW Women's World Championship. What do you think, Ray?
Loved it. She looks fantastic. Man, what a great match. Second favorite match other than the Okada match. Kudos to her. She's so over. Fans just love her to death. Great character. Hey, you got to keep rolling with this because she's so over. And she knows what she's doing, dude. Timeless is timeless. Beast. I think she should stay with this feud with Mariah for a little longer, though. I think they should have a third match.
Really? Interesting. Who
I
wins?
would like to see a third. Believe it or not, I think Mariah May takes it in the third.
And maybe Tony moves on to the other championship?
Yes. And Tony goes after Mercedes. That would make sense.
That would make sense. And she could beat Mercedes, too.
She could finally beat Mercedes.
Yeah. Thought.
There you go.
Thought.
That solves your problem.
I don't hate that
your
at all.
Mercedes problem.
Your Mercedes problem. No, I get it. Yeah, it's. I don't hate that at all.
No.
I love that. You know, again, trying to be careful how I tread, even though it is my show. Okay, but I don't try to make it go there too awful much. What I'm getting ready to say, but in this day and age of white guys being able to pass judgment on pretty much everybody, I love that we have a female wrestler who, and I know it's character work, who is empowered, who is bold, who talks about her breasts as if they're not dirty and cheap and porn, and uses it in a joke and uses it in a catchphrase. I think they're putting this stuff on shirts. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I love
crazy.
it. I love that she's in control of that. She's not being told to say these things. She's not being told to get into a gravy boat match. This is her taking the power as a woman and saying, I dictate what I say. I dictate what we're doing in this feud because I'm the vet and I've got great ideas and they're listening to me. They, meaning Tony's, listening to me, and this is working. I love that. I'd say I'm proud of her, but that sounds weird. I'm happy for her. How about that? I love that she's in this spot. I think she's doing great.
Yeah. And I loved how on Wednesday when she had her ceremony, it wasn't cheapened by some cheap backstabbing attack. It was just a clean ending. She thanked the fans. She says she's back. She's going to start kicking butt. And it just ended very, very, that touched me. I
Yeah.
was like, wow, she's going to have like her moment. They're not going to blank it up by having Mariah or somebody else attack her. Like,
I thought if
WWE
someone's
did.
music was going to hit. I really did.
100%. I thought someone's music was going to hit, and
Yeah.
no, like she actually like ended clean. I was like, okay, good for her. She's excellent.
Yeah.
For those who don't like her, you're. I'm sorry to say this, but you're entitled to be wrong as well.
Yeah. Well, look, I told everybody here a year ago, Ray, I think, that Tony Storm was the best thing in pro wrestling. And I had people challenging me on the spot. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't really care. I know what I see. Like, I know all about it. In fact, I'll find the episode and I'll prove it to everybody here when I said it. But
You're right. Best worker in the game.
I mean, character work, everything combined.
Everything. She's the best female wrestler going right now.
I agree. I think she's the best one in the business, and I know that's a big statement, because there's a lot of talented women
There's
in
some fantastic
wrestling.
talent, but she's on another level.
I think so.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and plus, just imagine that you had her in your locker room and just didn't know what to do. Like, I can't imagine. We don't really know what to do with her. Like,
Yeah,
what?
You're out of your mind.
I don't get it.
And you can't teach with the way she speaks on the mic. You can't teach that.
No. So we're talking about Big Bill. I was getting ready to do the rant. Can't teach that. So let's see. October 20th, 2023, episode number 326. I said Tony Storm was in fact, in the podcast, it's on the thumbnail. Tony Storm is the best thing in wrestling.
You're 2,000% right.
Saying.
But who had your back? Do I get points for having your back?
Of course.
Thank you. Okay. Do I get another cookie? They were delicious.
Well, no, look, you don't like orange, so that's going to be
Oh,
that's a bone of contention.
oh.
Fernando says after Revolution, TBS Championship versus World Championship. I don't hate title versus title stuff, but I also feel like because there's a built-in story, Ray, because Mercedes has like 12 belts now or something.
Yeah.
So there's part of the story. And the other part of the story is maybe Tony saying, put them all on the line. Like, wow, that would be something.
That would be amazing.
That'd get a lot of press, I think. But I also kind of am not crazy about title versus title, because then you kind of have to make a statement of, here's the champ, here's the one that's not better, but the one we're going with. I don't know.
Nah.
That might be tough.
It would be a little tough. You got to have two belts there.
I would think.
Yeah.
Kids, there is your AEW Grand Slam Australia delivered as promised. Let's open the floor for a few minutes before we start our weekend. So kids, whatever you guys got, whether or not it's pro wrestling, feel free. Not a whole lot of people here. I choose the worst possible day of the week to do a podcast on. I readily admit that Friday afternoons or evenings are the worst time to do a podcast. I was going live. Ray, I don't know if you were watching at this time. I was going live every Friday at noon.
Yes, in my lunch hour.
And
Best lunch hour I was staying.
dude, pre-COVID, we were up over 120 some folks a week.
Yeah.
Easy. But I'm
Couldn't get
telling
through all
you,
the comments.
yeah, but dude, now COVID still has an effect for whatever reason. And we've never seen the same audience live. The downloads are still good, but like the live audience, nah. And then again, I went from 12 to 5. I think that's a big deal. So Rob says, I'll admit here that when Tony became timeless, I was not a fan of her character at all. Then I realized that in AEW, like it was mentioned earlier, most wrestlers don't have much storyline for the character. Tony does, and now I'm a bona fide fan. See, I appreciate, and look, Robbie, if you'd say you don't like her, it's all good. We can all have our own opinions. But I appreciate folks being open-minded.
Yeah, give her a chance.
JP says, how do you not damage someone with title? Well, the easy, cheap answer, JP, is that you end in a DQ.
Yeah.
You end in a double DQ. You end in a time limit draw. You end in a double count out. You end in a double submission, or both guys' shoulders were on the mat. So
two referees saying, "Oh, she was pinned." No, she was pinned.
Yeah, it's the dusty finish, right? I mean, that's the cheap answer. And look, to your point, dude, That's why I'm not a great big fan of that booking, is because you do end up having to have that conversation behind the curtain. Like, well, what do we do here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's tough.
Having said that, Ray, that match would be great.
I would love to see it, but I just don't want to see one of them get pinned.
Tim says, questions for Ray Dean. Which Kobe was better, 8 or 24?
That's so easy. 24. That's the true Mamba. Because you
True Mamba.
this is fun facts, true story. I heard this on somebody's podcast. I think it was Kevin Garnett's. He chose 24 because he wanted to be one better than Jordan.
I've always heard that.
Yeah. And that's that statue that someone is building for him. I will not visit it. I appreciate it, but I just wish it was someone else that had decided that idea. Not mentioning any names.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that kind of makes me a little nauseous.
yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah. But kudos to him. 24, no question.
And like, you know, I know LeBron's still playing. He just dropped 40 the other night. Look, you can be a fan of LeBron all you want. Michael Jordan's greatest of all time. And I know you love Kobe, so don't get me wrong. But I just, this thing about LeBron or Jordan, look, guys, I just don't.
It shouldn't be. It should be Jordan and Kobe and LeBron. I think it should be Jordan 1, Kobe's 2, LeBron's 3, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you know what I love is that Jordan probably wouldn't even rank himself number 1.
He wouldn't.
Which is another reason to love him, because Jordan, in my opinion, would say Wilt.
Yes.
But I could be wrong. But that's, and you know, and I know he's got swagger, still got swagger. I get it. And like, he's Jordan, of course. But, you know, LeBron had a lot of false ego and false confidence. And then Ray, no matter how,
choke jobs.
Well, I was just trying to say, no matter how many rings that dude wins, they will never forget those playoff games when he just started walking instead of running on the court. And you're like, is he tapping out? Like, I don't think I think he will carry that with him forever.
Forever. As great as he is, he tapped. I'm sorry, dude. Kobe would have never tapped.
Yeah.
Kobe won championships by himself. 2010 did it alone.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan's won by himself.
Davey says, no way, Dennis Rodman. Well, what are we talking about in reference to what?
Yeah.
I love Dennis Rodman, the worm. Dennis was an asset to the Bulls. They did a great thing by trading to get him.
100%.
You know, Jordan was the only guy that could keep him in line because, and you know, for anybody that thinks differently, when they were told they were signing Dennis, Scotty and Jordan couldn't wait to get him.
Yeah, they were thrilled.
You know, there was all those rumors about they were going, oh God, not this guy. But they're like, no, we want to play with it because they knew what a fighter he was. Like, you know, throwing himself at the floor like a pro wrestler to get a loose ball. Like, when he didn't have to do those things, diving into the crowd when he didn't have to do those things, going head over heels into the crowd for a loose ball. He didn't do any of that. He was going to get paid regardless.
Guaranteed money, NBA.
I'm saying,
yeah.
Sugar Shane trying to steal your thunder. Look here. Cool Mo D or Easy E. Go ahead, Ray.
Ooh. Going Easy E. I love NWA.
And if Ray invited you, Tom, to breakfast, what would your go-to food be? And would you skip out on Ray and leave him the bill? It's my attempt at doing a Ray question. I owe Ray a dinner. He bought my dinner in New York a couple of years ago, so I owe him one. So
now you answer the question.
Oh, if I'm going with inspiration and legendary status versus the other generation, I'll go with Cool Mo D, honestly.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it's tough, but
because I'm picturing Easy E as the group. If I'm going solo, yes, Kumo Day. But if I'm going as body of work,
yeah.
NWA.
Well, if you're doing that, you'd have to say E, right?
Yeah. And what's in this breakfast? I hope it's some grits.
We had some takeout from Waffle House yesterday.
Oh.
Those grits were on point.
Oh. I haven't had some good grits in a minute.
They were on point. They were so freaking good. And I got into it. But by the way, shout out to Peaches, or not Peaches, but Peaches Powerbombs too. Pancakes and Power Slams, Chris Featherstone. He and I got into a discussion one day about whether or not you put sugar in grits. And I said, there are people that put sugar in grits. They're called communists. Okay.
Yes, that's a communist.
Butter, salt, and pepper goes in grits, and that's it.
Exactly. Butter, salt, and pepper. That's the right way to eat grits. Whatever version you're eating is just called wrong.
And possibly some extra sharp cheddar.
Yeah, okay.
Just a little.
Just a little sprinkle. But milk and sugar, that's called, I don't know what that's called. That's not called grits. That's called poison.
Yeah, it's not for me, buddy.
Ugh.
I got on a grits kick for a long time. I would make them for myself at least 2 to 3 times a week for dinner.
Yeah.
I come home on the stovetop.
Ugh.
Did you hear the Al Green had a famous story about grits? Have you heard the Al Green story?
No, I would like to hear this. Go ahead.
So the Reverend Al Green talked about the thing that got him to the church and away from his sinning ways was he was living with this girl or staying with her or something, and she found out he was cheating and confronted him, and he's trying to do the "oh baby, listen" kind of thing. Well, there was a pot of grits on the stove, and she hurled it at him.
What?
And it scalded. I think he said scalded his back, 3rd-degree burns. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, but like he didn't retaliate. It woke him up. And he's like, I can't live like this anymore because he was cheating on women. And he was Al Green, dude.
Oh, he's Al Green. Yeah, come on, dude.
Look at the cover of that album. Al Green was getting some action in his day, buddy. That's a great album, by the way.
Fantastic album. Oh, my God.
Kidding me? But, yeah.
Don't sleep on Al.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Yeah, that's great stuff. But, yeah, that's of all the things that could have made a man change. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Wow, you would think it would deviate him from ever eating grits again.
Right? Tim says, why isn't the White Six not featured on TV, Tom? I like how they started. I don't look, I'm not following WWE. I'm transparent. I watch occasionally. I don't follow the company. Glad they're doing great. But I don't really follow. Is there a reason that you know of, Ray? Is something happened backstage?
I watch it very sporadically.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Like, I know what's going on with some of the matches and stuff because my friends are diehards. They're like some of your friends where they're just got the blinders on. They only watch WWE. So they keep me informed, but I couldn't tell you.
Fernando says, do I think Josh Alexander would be successful in AEW?
He allegedly signed already.
That's what I heard. I got respect for what he's done. I'm not, look, this sounds like a weird thing to say. I've never been crazy about that headgear. I don't know why it bothers me so much. It shouldn't bother me at all, but I'm like, you're bald with a beard and we've seen your wife and kids. You can stop with the amateur stuff now. Like look.
Rick Steiner did it forever.
But I think Rick did it ironically. Their group was the Varsity Club. They wore their Letterman's jackets. I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. And it's just my hang up. Doesn't mean anything. The guy can flat out work, so it's no indication or no statement on him.
Off year, I need to know about this whole Ricky Saints thing. What have you heard? Because I'm
Ricky
dying.
Saints.
Ricky Saints. It's not Ricky Starks anymore.
Not Ricky Starks.
No, Ricky Saints.
Look, he's happy.
Yeah.
He did a
the Saints came marching in.
Yeah, well, that'll be the joke because it in Mania in New Orleans. Is it next year? I think
it's in New Orleans next year.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's happy. He needs to be working somewhere, and they had hit a roadblock in AEW for whatever reason.
I'm dying to know why. It's bothering me for some reason. I don't know if it was personality. Did he do a Tessa Blanchard?
No, no. I would tell you that I know, and I'm sure I do, but I cannot recall, and I'm not messing with you.
Oh my God, I'm dying to know what it was.
Well, some things I'm asked not to say.
Okay.
And out of respect, I don't say them.
Okay.
If I were not told those things, I could have ran to several main event episodes and just tore the house down and said all kinds of, oh, dude, yeah. But that's not. I don't roll like that. I'm not.
But it wasn't as bad as that.
No.
Okay.
What
Okay.
this was, there was something I truly can't remember. I'd have to ask.
Okay.
I know that sounds like a cop out, but
As long as it wasn't over the line crazy.
no,
like
I don't think it was
done.
anything. No, it was nothing nuts. I don't think he really did anything wrong. I think it was just a matter of one guy had one opinion and the other guy had another opinion, and they couldn't get
Okay.
on the same page.
Okay.
And
Difference
I
of
like
ideas.
Ricky.
Yeah.
We knew he wanted to be there for a long time. We kind of got the feeling. I mean, he's got the vibe of a WWE guy, in my
100%.
opinion.
He
Yeah.
has a WWE flair. He just belongs there.
Yeah, and I mean, good luck to him. I hope everything works out.
Yeah. Kudos to him.
Fernando says, better Harrison Ford character between Indiana Jones, Han Solo, or the President in Air Force One. By the way, you said Indiana Jones, and that is straight up a joke from Big Bang Theory, which I freaking love because they were doing Halloween costumes. And man, God, I can't remember the character's name. I've only seen every episode of Big Bang 1,000 times. Rajesh said that he was going to go as Indiana Jones, but the Indiana Jones, he was going to be Indian Jones. Anyway, I don't know, man. I got a soft spot for Han Solo. Han Solo was my first, next to Dusty Rhodes, Han Solo was probably my second, like, not comic book character that I really gravitated toward and said, I want to be like Han Solo. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But the present was excellent, though.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Could
I
only
dig
dream.
that. Yeah,
Only
you go.
dream of a president like that. I'm just saying.
Dream. I dream of that every day.
Dream, buddy. Yeah, I think all three are great characters. I just think the Indiana Jones movies need to be done. I hope that was the last one. You know what I mean?
Amen to that.
By the way, do you continue that like they did James Bond? Do you just let it die? What would you do
Let
if
it
you were
die.
doing? Yeah,
Without him in it, it's it's like I
not
don't
the
know.
same.
Not the
Yeah.
same. Like having someone play Rocky now, a different character other than Sylvester Stallone. It's just like, come on. Or if
You
you
know-
have Apollo die and you had another.
Oh,
Hollow.
yeah. It's like this. It's the Spider-Man problem.
Yes.
It's the Spider-Man problem because how many times do we have to watch Uncle Ben get killed? Like,
Yeah.
how many times do we have to watch Bruce Wayne's parents get murdered? It's every time you reinvent the character, you got to revisit the tragedy.
Exactly.
Like, yes, good point. We got to kill Apollo again. No, we don't. Like,
No.
let's just don't do it. You know?
Yeah, exactly. We don't
Yeah.
need to keep going back.
Yeah, good point. Well, kids, I think that might do it for us. I'm really tired all of a sudden. It's been a long week.
Yes.
Good
Got me
week, but a
thinking about
long.
grits.
Oh my goodness! If I hadn't had them last night, I had them tonight. So, Ray, before we get out of here, why don't you tell the good people where they can find you on the internets?
You can find me on the Instagrams, on the Facebooks. A lot of the people do follow me. And you can see me every Wednesday. Excuse me. Yes, every Wednesday. Oh, my God. Forgetting what days it is. It's a long week. Every Wednesday, 4:30, tailgate party, Peaches and Powerbomb. Me and my buddy Marie, we crush AEW review, and we break it down. A lot of jokes, a lot of laughs.
Awesome.
And soon I'll be doing a 6M with Rocky.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to have to get into the mode a lot of other podcasters do and schedule episode recordings,
Yes.
which I've never done. Sometimes I put them on a calendar if I knew ahead of time. Most time I just wing it. You know what I mean?
I hear you, brother.
But we'll figure it out. Ray, thanks as always for
Thanks
coming on the
for
show,
having me,
man.
brother. It was great seeing you again.
You too, man.
All right. Be safe.
You too. All right, that's Ray all day, kids. Hopefully he hangs out for a sec, and I'll say goodbye to him when we go off the air. Folks, thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. This was episode number 365. Next week, back with episode number 366. May have a guest host on next week. We'll see. If not, it may just be me flying solo. But either way, you'll get a main event episode next week, barring any unforeseen circumstance. Thanks, kids, very much for watching. I appreciate you. Do me a favor, enjoy some pro wrestling this week, whether it's in your hometown or it's on streaming or whatever that looks like. And hopefully we'll have some great stuff here to talk about again next week. But that's all I got for you, kids. Be safe out there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in a week, kids. We appreciate you. See you later.